It's November 2nd, 2021. Let's begin with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner O'Grady.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mask on. People up here now. All right. As a reminder, this is a public meeting and is being recorded. For those of you calling in, please ensure that you've muted your phone line by pressing *6. Thank you for your cooperation. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of October 26, 2021 general session, the October 28, 2021 briefing session, and the October 27, 2021 administrative briefing?
So moved.
Motion.
Oh,
Motion to approve the minutes?
second.
Moved and seconded and voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Thank you. The minutes have been approved.
Thank you. First is the auditor.
Resolution number 84621. Resolution authorizing a third amendment to the enterprise licensing agreement with Environmental Systems Research Institute for Geographic Information System software and services utilizing non-general funds in the amount of $1,230,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Adam Seeley, and I'm Staff Counsel for Franklin County Auditor Michael Cinziano. Resolution 846-21 authorizes a 3-year amendment to the county's enterprise agreement with Esri, Inc. for Geographic Information System, or GIS, Enterprise System and Support Services in an amount not to exceed $1,230,000 for the 3-year term. Esri's ArcGIS suite offers unparalleled spatial mapping products and services that the county has invested in since 2012. In the Auditor's Office, GIS supports the county's online parcel map that integrates data points from photo captures, in-field appraisal work, and was integral in support of the Auditor's widely acclaimed Tax Incentive Hub that gives researchers and the public at large the ability to toggle their own maps and offers a firsthand insight into the effects of projects receiving such incentives. Additionally, GIS workflows have been spun up to support the work of 13 county offices since 2012, including the Board of Elections for poll mapping, Economic Development and Planning for zoning and site planning, and the engineer to manage the county's tax map. The county also benefits from data sharing with state and local partners to benefit from their independent work being leveraged across Ohio in the GIS space. This investment will continue the county's commitment to leveraging the most current data and technology for the benefit of the businesses and residents of Franklin County. And pending any questions or comments, we'd seek approval of the resolution. Thank you.
Thank you. I do have a question. I'm sure before you move to make the motion. One of the things that, as you know, we are in a big conversation at Franklin County with regards to poverty reduction, the elimination of racism, so forth and so on. And there is a group in the human services arena that is trying to build a database very similar to what Esri does and can do. Are you all connected with this conversation? And if not, Administrator, can we get them connected? I think it's Matt Habash over at the Mid-Ohio Food Collective that's kind of leading the discussion around that. But there's an effort that's looking to have the county invest a few $1 million in that database, but we should coordinate this. Esri is a little different than what they do, but I think there's some good synergy. And has there been any conversations around just that collaboration?
President Boyce, Commissioner O'Grady, Commissioner Crawley, yes, Matt Habash and Jordan Davis who have been leading the conversations around the community information exchange is aware of the capabilities of the auditor's assets in this area and intend to leverage those as this is developed.
Thank you. That's important to know, and I would just ask that as that request, I mean, I believe in data collection and information as we make decisions, so that's important. But as that request comes forward, I really want to understand how they are collaborating and connecting. And so if you could really infuse your resources into making sure that the commissioners are aware of kind of what that collaboration is, that would be helpful.
Yes, I've also spoke with Auditor Cinziano, and he has indicated that, you know, with this contract, they will collaborate in any way possible as we request data on an ongoing basis. For example, to do the work under the Rise Together Poverty Blueprint, and whatever needs the Innovation Center may have to use these assets that we have under this GIS system.
That's really crucial. The last point I'll say is that I had the opportunity to work with NACO to travel around the country and evaluate really cutting-edge human services strategies and programs, and embedded in all of them was a very robust data collection system that they were able to use in some places like Portland, Oregon, and oh God, what's the county? It slips on mine right now, but they were able to pinpoint pockets even in neighborhoods where there was a breakdown in the system to an access of a certain resource that you could see a pattern developing that was growing, and sort of get after it or damp that fire out. So I really want to see how this grows. I think that this investment is appropriate, but I want to make sure that as that other request comes, because it's multi-million dollars, well, as that other request comes, that we're just collaborating the synergy of those two efforts and making sure they're working together, and that we don't build two completely different systems. What the county, there are legal requirements for what the county has to do, so that's connected to this, but we can use that data. I've seen it done in other counties. We can use that data to really address some of our long-term issues around poverty.
And what's President Boyce, Commissioner O'Grady, Commissioner Crawley, what's promising about the community information change, it is not seeking to be one data warehouse or one system. All of the different systems, it will be a linkage that will basically be a tree, and then we build all these branches off of it. And you have one place to go, and then it has it'll have a data analytics component of it. It just won't be an information and referral system. It will have all of the different components. It will be like your one stop, and then you'll have a series of data sharing agreements to meet those requirements. But, you know, we definitely, in speaking with Auditor Cinziano, he said, you know, make his GIS director, Matt Shade, aware and work with him, because Auditor Cinziano, during our conversation, pointed to discussions that he had with both you and Commissioner O'Grady about wanting to leverage this more, you know, off the work from NACO, your work with the Gates Foundation and the Economic Mobility Coalition work that continues, and how they're using that GIS data. So
Great.
We should be able to put all of this together, most definitely.
Outstanding.
I had a Thursday at briefing, I asked the question about the Esri system, and then Thursday after briefing, I had a conversation with Adam Frumkin, and then my staff is setting up a conversation for, I believe, next week or sometime in the near future with Auditor Cinziano and Adam Frumkin and others from the staff too, so we can further explore where this may lead. So I too spoke with folks from Esri at the latest LUC NACO event that I was at, and so wanted to look further into the possibilities here. So it's a great conversation. So if there's no further comments or questions, I'll move for approval of Resolution 84621.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 84621 has been adopted.
Great, thank you. Before we move to the engineer, I just want to recognize two things. One, a reminder that today is Election Day, and so I want to encourage you to make it to your Board of Elections or at your convenience. The second thing is November marks No Shave November for the gentlemen that are listening and watching in all around this great country. And the idea is to bring awareness to cancer for men, and particularly prostate cancer. You should note that for African-American men, prostate cancer occurs at a much higher rate and at a much earlier age. And so it's something that we all should be thoughtful for. I don't grow a very good beard, as Commissioner O'Grady knows, so this is my beard after like 2 months. And it's taken a lot of work to get to this, let me tell you. So we'll see what it looks like at the end. And I can't compete with the engineer, that's for sure. Because, he can grow it like overnight. But Commissioner O'Grady, you grow a pretty good beard.
We do this we've been doing this you and I have been doing this ever since you showed up on the Board of Commissioners. We've been doing it for the last 5 or 6 years.
I actually like your beard when it comes in. I think it looks good. It's
we're
nice
doing
and gray. It's nice and fully gray.
Thank you for reminding everybody that I am the senior member of
That's
the,
right. It's nice and full though. It looks
Board of
good.
Commissioners. But yes, we do it, and I've, sort of since my brother passed 5 years ago now, but almost 6 years ago now. But yeah, we've been doing this in November for the last number of years, and happy to do it again this year.
Yeah, well, we encourage everyone to join us in this effort, and hopefully we can bring awareness, encourage men to get checked. It's not a fun exam, but it's an important exam, and so just want to make sure that you all read up on it and take action, take the necessary steps. So thank you very much. All right, engineer.
Resolution number 84721, DLZ Ohio Incorporated Consulting Engineers appointed to assist the Franklin County engineer by providing detailed engineering design services for the East Cook Road Phase 1 Improvement Project, Clinton Township, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $245,014.46.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Clean shaven, as he is.
Tomorrow, this whole beard will be there full. Yeah.
He's like a chia pet.
Yeah.
It's a thing going. It's like.
Just recently unshaven, that's right. Commissioners reporting live from Studio E. My name is Cornell Robertson, Franklin County Engineer. Commissioners, before I get to my first resolution, I want to let you, staff, and constituents know that we in Ohio Health are hosting our second COVID-19 vaccination clinic this coming Friday, November 5th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the engineers' headquarters located at 970 Dublin Road. Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer Shot 1, Pfizer Shot 2, and boosters will be available. No appointment needed. We have plenty of free parking, and the clinic is open to everyone. Please help spread the word.
All right.
Now to our previously scheduled program. This capital improvement project is in the northeast part of the county in Clinton Township along Cook Road from Carl Road to Cleveland Avenue. We plan to reconstruct the roadway, improve stormwater infrastructure, and upgrade pedestrian facilities for the concepts of complete streets and first mile, last mile. This resolution is for a detailed design contract, which is a certified. We use the qualifications-based selection process and recommend your approval. Happy to answer any questions you may have.
Well, if there are no questions or comments, I will move approval of resolution 84721.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 84721 has been adopted. Resolution number 84821, VS Engineering Incorporated Consulting Engineers appointed to provide the Franklin County engineer with general engineering services, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $100,000.
This resolution is a design contract with BS Engineering for general engineering services. The first task order is to assist the engineer's office with Coal Ditch Watershed Study, which is located in the northeast part of the county in Jefferson Township. We utilize the qualifications-based selection process for this recommendation as well. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
If there are no questions or comments, I'll move for approval of resolution 84821.
Second.
Moved and seconded and voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 84821 has been adopted. Resolution number 84921, preliminary allocation and final encumbrance of county motor vehicle license fee $5 funds for the city of Columbus in the amount of $2 million.
This is a $5 fund resolution for the city of Columbus in the amount of $2 million for traffic signal upgrades within Columbus, but still within Franklin County. This is an allowable use of these funds. I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
There are no comments or questions. I'll move approval of resolution 84921.
Second.
Moved and seconded and voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 84921 has been adopted. Resolution number 85021, preliminary allocation and final encumbrance of county motor vehicle license fee $5 funds for the city of Columbus in the amount of $1 million.
This is also a $5 fund resolution for the city of Columbus in the amount of $1 million for signage and pavement marking upgrades within Columbus, but still within Franklin County. This is an allowable use of these funds, and happy to answer any questions you may have.
There are no comments or questions. I'll move for approval of resolution 85021.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 85021 has been adopted. Resolution number 85121, report first of the Franklin County Engineer establishing sums of compensation for a portion of the owners of property abutting the rehabilitation of the structure on Agler Road, County Road number 16, over Alum Creek, FRA-CR16-1.52, Mifflin Township, Franklin County, Ohio, and authorizing the execution of a temporary easement in the amount of $6,129.
This bridge rehabilitation is in the northeast part of the county in Mifflin Township along Agler Road over Allen Creek. This is a cooperative project among Franklin County, City of Columbus, and Ohio Public Works Commission. In addition to the new bridge, the project includes a shared use path along the south side of the bridge and a connection to the Ohio Erie Trail along Allen Creek. This resolution is the first report for right-of-way acquisition, includes one property, and the appraisal was based on fair market value. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
There are no comments or questions. I'll move approval of resolution 85121.
Second.
Moved and seconded and voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 85121 has been adopted. Resolution number 85221, resolution authorizing the Franklin County Engineer to enter into agreements with farmers to leave corn stalks in the ground as snow fence barriers in the amount of $20,000.
Commissioners, this is our 22nd annual Corn Stalks for Snow Fence program to pay farmers to leave corn stalks in place to act as natural snow fence to minimize blowing and drifting of snow across county roadways. The program covers 15 miles spread over 53 locations involving 37 farmers, which equates to $100,000 of savings compared to installation and removal costs of conventional snow fence at those same locations. I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of resolution 85221.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 85221 has been adopted.
Thank you all very much. Have a great day.
We'll see the Wolverine next week. I'm sure.
Ready. Thank you.
Next is the sheriff.
Resolution number 85321, resolution authorizing contracts for canned, dry, frozen, and dairy food products for the Franklin County Correctional Facilities in the amount of $1,300,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Dave Masterson, Director of Administrative Services for Sheriff Dallas Baldwin. This resolution will authorize a contract with 8 vendors to supply canned, dry, frozen, and dairy food products to the correctional facilities. It is a 6-month contract that was competitively bid through county purchasing and will run through May 3rd of 2022. And pending any questions, I ask approval of this resolution.
There are no comments or questions. I'll move approval of resolution 85321.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 85321 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Next is Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health Board.
Resolution number 85421. Resolution authorizing a contract agreement with Elford Incorporated to provide construction manager at-risk services, including pre-construction services associated with the planning, design, and new construction of a mental health and addiction crisis center in the amount of $75,140.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Erica Clark-Jones. I serve as the Chief Executive Officer for the Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health Board of Franklin County, or your Adam H. I am excited to be with you this morning to bring forward this resolution to allow for the contract to be executed with Elford and to serve as the construction manager at risk for Franklin County Mental Health and Addiction Center Crisis Project. Before I turn to my colleague, Jonathan Thomas, I would be remiss without offering some gratitude to a couple of the key folks that helped make this project happen. Number one, County Administrator Kenneth Wilson and Deputy County Administrator Chris Long for their tireless dedication to this project. I also want to thank Darla Reardon and her team from Public Facilities Management, and none of these contracts would be possible without Janine Hummer and her team from Prosecutor Tyek's office. At this time, I'd like to yield the balance of my time to Vice President of Planning and Evaluation, Mr. Jonathan Thomas, and the project lead for this very important mental health and addiction crisis center for Franklin County. Jonathan?
Thank you, Erica, and good morning, Commissioners. As I mentioned in last week's briefing, this contract, if awarded upon approval of this resolution, is not to exceed the $75,140, and it is for pre-construction services only, including the firm's participation in our design meetings and their recommendations for the number of guaranteed maximum prices for our project and those details. Similar to other construction manager at-risk projects that I know the county has recently supported, each of those guaranteed maximum prices, or GMPs, would trigger a subsequent resolution and contract for us to develop for recommendation to you for your consideration for approval and award. We are confident in the selection of Elford as the lead for our construction management services and the support our implementation team will receive through their strategic partnership with Corner-Cocosing. We know this team has worked together before on county projects and that they've delivered exceptional results according to our partners that Erica just mentioned. At Adam H., we were motivated by Elford's thoughtful approach to diversity, equity, and inclusion, including their record of exceeding the goals set on their projects for awarding contracts to small and emerging businesses. I do want to highlight that the initial request for qualifications that was developed for this project set an aspirational goal for those awards at 12%. However, Elford has proposed an 18% goal for this project, and we believe with their approach, including the support from our owner's representative team, which includes Ginger Cunningham and Associates, that this higher target should be adopted, and we're confident it can be achieved. If approved today, Elford joins our team along with Hammis Company Healthcare as our owner's rep, MBBJ as the design team lead, RI International is the presumed on-site service provider, and a community advisory council that we have convened specifically around the continuum of crisis care to support this project going forward. Please let us know if there are any questions related to this resolution. Thank you very much for your time.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of resolution 85421.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 85421 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Franklin County Data Center.
Resolution number 85521. Resolution authorizing a service agreement with AT&T for Centrix communication services in the amount of $479,660.
Thank you. Good morning. Julie Lusk with the Franklin County Data Center. This resolution is for a service agreement with AT&T for Centrix local exchange telecommunications services. The agreement continues current services at the original 2006 rates for an additional 2 years, with the cost not to exceed $479,660. Pending any questions, the data center requests your approval of this resolution.
There are no comments or questions. I'll move approval of E5521.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 85521 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Next is Emergency Management Agency.
Resolution number 85621. Resolution authorizing appropriation adjustments and the purchase of Motorola dual-factor authentication cable radios in the amount of $1,635,184.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jeff Young, representing Franklin County Emergency Management and Homeland Security. This resolution is authorizing an appropriation adjustment in the purchase of Motorola radios for various Franklin County agencies. Currently, agencies such as the Sheriff's Office, Franklin County Engineer, Board of Developmental Disabilities, Animal Care Control, Public Facilities Management, and Community-Based Corrections all operate on the P25 digital radio system for their field communications. To improve the operational security of all public safety radio systems in the state of Ohio, every radio device on these systems must be dual-factor authentication capable, enabled by 2025. In order to accomplish this level of security, older radios that are not supported by the original equipment manufacturer and that are reaching the end of their service life need to be proactively replaced. As part of a planned radio replacement strategy, the Franklin County Sheriff's Office became aware of a Motorola radio incentive program through the end of the calendar year that results in an approximate savings of 30% below current state term pricing. As part of the review conducted by the Office of Management and Budget, they requested that Franklin County Emergency Management and Homeland Security, in our role as the Regional Communications Coordinator, evaluate the needs of other Franklin County agencies to participate in this incentive program, as well as to manage the incentive purchase for all radios, including the previous quote secured by the Sheriff's Office. Upon review, we identified a quantity of legacy radios that will need to be replaced. In working with OMB and several individual agencies, such as the Engineer and Board of Developmental Disabilities, additional quotes were obtained and Franklin County Purchasing verified them against the state term. We're now asking for this appropriation adjustment and purchase approval, allowing Franklin County to realize an approximate $484,000 savings below state term by proceeding with the purchase prior to the expiration of the incentive program. I'll gladly answer any questions and request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no questions or comments, I'll move approval of Resolution 85621.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 85621 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Community partnerships.
Resolution number 85721. Resolution authorizing a COVID-19 recovery grant with Franklin County Public Health to support the Community Health Improvement Plan and other operating expenses to improve the efficacy of public health programs in the amount of $678,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Dana McCrary, Community Partnership Administrator. This resolution supports Franklin County Public Health in addressing systemic public health challenges through the provision of funding to support activities within the Franklin County Community Health Improvement Plan. The COVID-19 countywide after action report, vaccination program expenditures, information technology and supplemental facility needs, and legal and human resources related expenses. The Community Health Improvement Plan will address access to care, maternal and child health, chronic disease, mental health, and addiction. Franklin County Public Health will also develop, as I mentioned before, a COVID-19 countywide after action report to review county response and better prepare for future pandemics. I know that Joe Mazzola is here with us on this call. If you all have any additional questions, any questions related to this resolution, but pending any questions, I would request the approval of this resolution.
Is there a motion?
Sorry. There are no comments or questions. I'll move approval of resolution 85721.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting, Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 85721 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is economic development and planning.
Resolution number 85821, resolution authorizing an affordable housing development agreement with the Columbus Housing Partnership Incorporated, doing business as Homeport Incorporated, to receive funding through the Magnet Fund Program to assist the development of an affordable housing project in the amount of $1,350,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jenny Snapp, Assistant Director at Economic Development and Planning. We have a number of resolutions to take you through this morning and some esteemed guests with us today. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Emmanuel Torres to take you through the first resolution.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Commissioners. Again, Emmanuel Torres, Assistant Director of Economic Development and Planning. And we are excited to bring forward this resolution for an affordable housing development agreement with the Columbus Housing Partnership, doing business as Homeport. This is the first Magnet Fund Program grant award from the first wave of applications in 2020. As you know, in August of 2019, the Commissioners passed resolution to allow an increase of the permissive real property transfer tax by a rate of 10 cents per $100 of property value. These additional general fund revenues were dedicated to the purpose of inducing the development of new affordable housing units throughout the county, thereby allowing for the creation of the Franklin County Magnet Fund Program, with the sole purpose of providing gap financing for eligible affordable housing development projects. The main eligibility program requirements are that applicants have a demonstrated success and experience in developing low-income housing tax credit projects, that the site is located within a half a mile of preferred transit corridors, as identified by MORPS's Insight 2050 study, which explores more walkable, compact neighborhoods and high-capacity transit along 5 transit corridors to help communities make informed decisions about housing, transportation, and economic development. Lastly, a successful award of the Ohio Housing Finance Agency's 4% low-income housing tax credit. Having met all these eligibility criteria, Homeport intends to invest approximately $25.7 million to develop approximately 100 units of affordable senior housing called Moby Place at the intersection of Cleveland and Myrtle Avenues. All units will be affordable at or under 60% of the area median income, AMI, and 20% of the units will be affordable to extremely low income households, down to the 30% of the AMI. The amount to be granted through the Magnet Fund is $1,350,000, which is the maximum allowed by the program, and the grant agreement will run through July 31st of 2023. Joining us today from Homeport, we have Senior Vice President of Real Estate Development, Leah Evans, and Senior Vice President of Community and Government Relations, Maud Hill. Should you have any questions or inquiries about the projects, they'll be happy to attend to those. And pending any questions, we respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
The only thing I would add is that, as many of you are aware, as of today, Franklin County, Central Ohio is 50,000 affordable housing units short today, and we're growing at a very fast rate. Our ability to address in a very creative way affordable housing in various regions of Franklin County is critical to our mission to address poverty and in racism. And so I really feel like I want to just commend economic development for not only the creative use of the funds, but in engaging and enabling a project that we know our funds can enhance the ability for that project to get going. And so it's this kind of, I've only been to Franklin County now 5 years, but if Franklin County were a football team, it is football season, we'd be that underrated team that you don't often see coming, but they bring such a powerful force, and this is the type of investment that Franklin County is doing right here. That's that creative, deep thinking, strategic investment to address an issue that is going to be a real serious challenge for us as we grow over the next 20 years. And so I want to commend ADP and thank you for your leadership, and certainly Homeport and all of our partners out there in affordable housing.
Thank you.
Homeport's been a great partner of ours for a long time. This is just another great example of the good work that the folks at EDP have been doing for a long, long time. If there are no further comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 85821.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 85821 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Resolution number 85921, review of petition to annex 6.00 acres more or less from Norwich Township to the City of Hilliard, case number ANX-37-21.
Commissioners, this resolution is to consider an expedited Type 2 annexation petition of 6 acres from Norwich Township to the City of Hilliard. The area to be annexed includes property located at 4702 Cosgray Road, that's east of Cosgray Road, south of Hayden Run Road, west of Leopard Road, and north of Scioto Darby Creek Road. The petition was filed by agents Aaron B. Epling and Jeffrey M. Jules of Epling Law Office on behalf of the owners, Kristen Donnell and Timothy Donnell, Keith Caldwell and Jenna Caldwell, and Bailey Alexander and Sarah Alexander. 41.9% of the site's perimeter is contiguous with the City of Hilliard, and the city passed resolution number 21-R-59 on October 11th, 2021, indicating the services that will be provided once the annexation is approved, and a statement regarding incompatible land uses in the zoning buffer. The petition meets all of the statutory requirements outlined in section 709.021 of the Ohio Revised Code, and pending any questions, we will request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 85921.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 85921 has been adopted. Resolution number 86021, review of petition to annex 3.8 acres more or less from Mifflin Township to the City of Columbus, case number ANX-38-21.
Commissioners, this next resolution is to consider again an expedited Type 2 annexation petition of 3.8 acres from Mifflin Township to the City of Columbus. The area to be annexed includes property located at Stelzer Road, that's one parcel, which is west of Stelzer Road, south of Agler Road, east and north of City Gate Drive. The petition was filed by agent and attorney David Hodge of Underhill and Hodge LLC on behalf of the owner, Naim Stelzer Road LLC. And for the record, Eric Zartman, attorney at law from Underhill and Hodge, is in attendance should you have any questions. 17.7% of the site's perimeter is contiguous with Columbus, and the city passed ordinance number 2401-2021 on October 11th, 2021, indicating the services that will be provided once the annexation is approved, and a statement regarding incompatible land uses and the zoning buffer. This petition meets all of the statutory requirements outlined in section 709.021 of the Ohio Revised Code, and pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no further comments or no comments or questions, I'll move approval of 86021.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 86021 has been adopted. Resolution number 86121, resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Donna J. McDaniel at 1734 Ferris Road, Columbus, Ohio, 43224.
Donna J. McDaniel received on July 12, 2013, a home loan for $15,000 on real estate commonly known as 1734 Ferris Road, Columbus, Ohio, 43224 from Franklin County. The requirements of the housing loan have been satisfied. The property taxes are paid and current, and I would respectfully request the commissioners sign the discharge of mortgage instrument on the property.
If there are no comments or questions, I will move approval of Resolution 86121.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 86121 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Great, thank you. Next is purchasing.
Resolution number 86221. Resolution authorizing a contract modification, extension, and novation, modification number 1, with Brinks US, a division of Brinks Incorporated, for the provision of armed courier services in the amount of $200,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Megan Perry-Valinier, Director of Purchasing, presenting with Marlise Ryan, Economic Equity Administrator in the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. As stated, Commissioners, this first resolution would authorize a contract modification, extension, and novation with Brinks US to provide armed courier services to various Franklin County agencies. I would request this morning that this resolution be tabled for 1 week until the November 9th general session for a vote by the board. Following the updated Exhibit A that I mentioned at briefing last week, it was necessary for the parties to re-sign the contract. The parties are agreeable to the contract in content and form as you see it before you. The vendor, however, is working to connect with their signatory at this time, and we're confident that by next Tuesday, we'll have the signed document in hand for your consideration. So pending any questions, Commissioners, I respectfully request that this resolution be tabled for 1 week.
All right, I will move to table Resolution 86221 for 1 week.
Sorry, give me 1 second. I apologize. Just to check something. Okay, all right, thank you. Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 86221 has been tabled until November 9th.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Next,
Res-
oh, sorry, that was it? That was the next, go ahead, continue.
Resolution number 86321. Resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $1,626,833.36.
Commissioners, our second resolution requests your approval of 62 purchase orders for which the county auditor has pre-certified available funding. Marlise is with us this morning, and she has the small and emerging business enterprise data for you. Good morning, Marlise.
Good morning, Megan, and good morning, Commissioners. We have for your approval today 5 out of 15 eligible purchase orders presented to award to 5 women business enterprises totaling $15,991, which equates to 33% of the eligible purchase order value and 29% of the eligible purchase order dollar value, with the following agencies increasing supplier diversity within Franklin County, the Data Center, and Domestic Relations and Juvenile Court.
Thank you, Marlise. Pending any questions, Commissioners, we respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no questions or comments, I will move approval of Resolution 86321.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 86321 has been adopted.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you too. Are there any generalizations?
There are not, Commissioner.
All right. Are there any questions from the members of the media?
No questions for me this morning. Thank you.
Great. Anybody else? Okay, seeing that there are none, that concludes our meeting. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Don't forget, it's Election Day.